Well, welcome back. What we want to do now is teach you how to make a healthy shake. So, this is very exciting. I'm going to make 3 shakes for you, starting the first one with the kiwi fruit. Now, we can do anything you like, but what we're going to do right now is start with the juices. So I'm going to make a shake exactly the same way that I would make. And I always put herbal aloe into my shakes. It just aids the digestion and I like the taste of it. And if you're wondering how much, well, you just kind of slurp away. So, you put it in here. Alright, so that's the first thing you do. Always put the liquid in first. If you put the Formula 1 and the protein concentrate in first, it's going to glug to the bottom. If you want to test that out, have at it. Now this is kiwi juice and this is absolutely divine, and there's so many different types of juices on the market today. Just experiment. So you put some of this in. It sounds good, doesn't it? Wait till you see the colour. It's really, really nice. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add banana to this. For those of you, if you want to do frozen bananas, just make sure you peel them first and then wrap them and put them in the freezer. Not like when I once put the frozen banana straight in and then couldn't peel it. So I discovered that that didn't work. Just hang on, guys. Put this in here. Okay. All right. Now we're going to add the shake. Now I always put the protein in first. And, you know, depending on what your coach has recommended for you, or you will probably, or your sponsor, you might have, you know, 1, 2 or 3. I mean, I go between 2 and 3, but right now I'm just going to put, I'm going to make this for a friend as well, you know, so let's put in 4, you know, why not? I've got enough juice in there. Okay, so 4 of those, that's the protein concentrate. Then I'm going to add the Formula 1. Now, if you're doing the healthy breakfast and you're just having the Formula 1, that's fine. If you don't want to add protein, no problem. And I'm going to put about 4 of these in too. I say about 4 because you know what scoops are like, you kind of... And I just put the scoop measure in and just shake it off. Then you put that in, okay? If you want to add ice, you can as well. It just depends on your personal preference. Always a good idea to put the lid on. Okay, now we just have a little bit of noise while we make this up. And of course I know how to use this blender. So, if I put... Wow, okay, now just to check to make sure the banana's done. Yep, looks great. Look at the colour. Isn't it wonderful? Then you pour it, and you can see. If you don't like it quite this thick, just add a little more juice before you actually blend it. You can do that. Put that there. And then, if you want to, just decorate it. If you've got some kiwi fruit, look. Now tell me if that doesn't look appetizing. So there you go, that's the first one, and then we're actually going to drink that, and then we'll show you the second one. Okay, now what I'm going to do is show you how to make a shake for those of you who want something different and a different flavour. You can, by the way, when you're making shakes, use soy milk. One of the reasons we recommend soy rather than cow's milk is most people are lactose intolerant. You'll know whether you're lactose intolerant is if you make your shake and you start to feel within 1 or 2 days, you're having it with milk, you start to feel either constipated, have diarrhea, flatulence, headaches, nausea, any of those things, and guess what? You're lactose intolerant. So we want to show you different ways to make it without necessarily using cow's milk. For those of you, by the way, who drink heaps of cow's milk, have at it. So you could use soy milk. You can also use, there's a range put out by Yelna of drinking yogurt. There's another company that puts it out as well. It comes in, there's vanilla, this one happens to be berry. There's also a citrus one, so just depending on what you like. But today, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you how to make it with no milk whatsoever, no yogurt or anything, for those of you who really aren't into juices, you're really not into milks and yogurts and that kind of thing. So what I've put into the blender already is water, iced water, and if it's iced water it just tastes nicer. And then I'm going to add frozen raspberries. Now you can use, Sarah Lee's a great girl, she's got all sorts of things for you, so she does, she helps out a lot. All the berries are picked and done and washed, and there's blueberries and there's mixed berries and there's cherries, and these are raspberries. So I'm going to put the raspberries in. That's probably about maybe 2/3 of a cup or something like that. So just put in whatever takes your fancy. Alright, so that's the berries. Then once again, because of my personal preference, I'm going to put in some protein. Once again, I'm going to make it for a friend. It's always good to make for a friend. So here we go. And this is how you would make them in the morning if you're going to have the whole family, assuming that they all like the same shape, and put it in. Okay, that's about 4, give or take, of the protein. But now I'm going to add chocolate. And the chocolate and the raspberries with the ice water is just fantastic. So I'm going to put that in. Alright, about 4 once again. And you want to experiment a little bit when you're making your shakes so that they become interesting. It's just like any kind of food. I mean, if you like veal, but you boil it every day, you probably wouldn't eat it past one meal, you know, but you do it differently. It's the same with your shakes. It's a food, so make it taste good rather than just say, well, I'll stir it with a bit of water because it's not going to taste too good anyway. All right, so put the lid on and let's just blend our second shake. Oh, hang on. A good blender, by the way, is something that's worthwhile investing in. Okay, now, so this is the chocolate and the raspberries, and pour it. If you're really good, you could put a strawberry on the side here or that, but I kind of forgot them today. So, you pour this one, and here's a really good shake with no dairy and no fruit juice, just fruit. And you could add mangoes or whatever other kind of fruit that you wanted, and just try it and see how you feel. Okay, that's the second one, and we'll be back soon for your third. Hi again. What I'm going to do, guys, is show you, for those of you who go to work or for those of you who say, you know, I don't want to drink something, I want to show you how you can make it so that you can actually have a spoon-to-mouth sensation. And I often did this kind of thing at work. So what I have for you, we're going to do the berry flavour now, just so that you've kind of got a mixture of what to do with these things. And to go to work, all you really need is your yogurt, little container, and I'll show you what I've put in here in a minute, with the shake and the protein. And these are just some crushed almonds that I have put together just because I like crushed almonds, but you could have whatever you want. Once again, you could put a little bit of fruit, whatever takes your fancy, okay? First of all, when you're mixing, in this case, remember with the liquid, you put the shake in last. Here you put it in first. Now what I have in here, in this little container, and it fits, I have 1 scoop of the protein powder, and I have 2 scoops of the berry. And I've literally, to give you an idea of how much that is, that's like just 2 like this. Okay, so just 2 of these, and yes, it's very easy to tip it into the container. It's not that difficult at all. You just kind of upend it and then it goes. All right, so that's what's in here. Because if you're going to work, you don't want to take a whole tub with you, usually. So here it is, and you just put that in. Then you add the yogurt. It's always a good idea. Just, I'll show you in a second, just emptying it in. You can use whatever yogurts you like, guys. As long as you enjoy them. Some people like plain yogurt, some people like peach, mango. This is just the berry one. Then I'm going to show you a little trick here. Okay. Now what you need to do is you need to gently mix this in. Now I've used a large bowl here to make it easier. But if you're actually at work, if you don't have a large bowl, stir gently because the shake will fluff. And it'll come up over your suit or whatever else. So just mix it gently like this. And obviously stir it until it's all stirred in. Alright, so it's kind of good. So you just go round, round, round until it's all mixed in the way that you want it. Then I'm just going to add the nuts to that and then stir that in. And if you wanted to add berries, you could add that. And voila, you now have lunch that you can eat.